I will leave my children a nice business.
Sure.
But I'm going to leave them some debt. These are the mama rabbits. They'll put the bucks in, the males in, let them breed. They'll gestate and have the babies.
Right.
We put the babies outside on the ground.
Okay.
We've tried a number of times to breed these females out on the ground, but we hadn't been successful yet. Rabbits will panic, and then they'll abort.
Now, don't they, sometimes the male eat the young if you leave them
we don't let them, we take the males out.
Take the males out. I remember as a kid, I tried to raise a couple rabbits, and we were all excited because had rabbits, babies, what do you call them? Little rabbits, I don't know. But then we went out there and it wasn't so good because the dad had done something very, very horrible.
Yeah.
Now, y'all are raising these to eat?
For food.
So that's another thing I've never had. And I remember, Doug Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
So Doug, when they had the freezer locker down there, he always said, you need to buy some of our rabbit. He said, it sells like hotcakes. It's very good.
It is good.
And I'll still I have that same mentality. I eat beef and I eat pork and chicken, fish, and I've always been those right there. And I tried lamb chops. Wasn't crazy about them, but I eat them, but as long as there's a cow walking around and I got availability of that, I like that the best.
People can go on our website and get rabbit.
Right.
And they go want some beef and pork and lamb.
That's right, yeah.
And the other people don't have beef and pork and lamb.
Well, I'm going to talk with your cooks about how to cook a rabbit and try some of that.
The young woman that manages this, she came in and she said, I just put 100 rabbits online and they were gone.
Wow.
I said, how much are you selling them for? She said, $25 a piece. I said, go to 50. And she did.
And they still sell them.
They still sell.
Wow. Were they were selling them for meat or selling them live?
Oh, no. We don't sell any live rabbits. They're all meat.
All for meat.
Either whole rabbits or 8-way cuts.
Now, what kind of meat is it? Because, like we talk about red meat,
it's pretty white meat.
White meat?
Yes, it's not like chicken breast. I love it. It's good.
Really?
I was raised shooting rabbits.
That's right. I know.
Rabbit hunting at night.
I just didn't eat them. I give them to somebody down the road.
It was manslaughter, but we did that. Let's see if we find goats. I got goats up here in town. Let's see if we can find them. You just couldn't see through there.
That's right.
I put them goats out there.
That's right. They do a good job. It's cheaper too than to bring a guy in there with a machine.
Well, and hopefully they'll be having some little goats.
That's right. What particular breed do y'all use with goats?
It's just thrown together.
Thrown together.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Whatever I could find.
I gotcha. 3 goats here. One's a female stuck in the fence, and 2 of the males I saw him rear up like this and hit the head of the other one.
Well, they're trying to settle the difference on. She's the prize.
That's right, man.
If she can get out of that fence, she's not while they're pushing her.
It's interesting because when we first drove up, she wasn't in the fence. Like she kind of, I saw her have her head out, and then she stuck her head out, and now
she can get out. It's just that she's probably not going to be while they're trying to breed her.
Right. Interesting. Yeah, maybe we'll get a shot of that. They looked like they were in a pretty big scrap there for a minute.
And goats are a lot like a lot of people, aren't they?
Oh, there we go. They're butting heads a little bit.
What's this rated? What's
I know.
the rating?
I know. This might have to put a little blur that part out a little bit. They'll clean this area up. And
they've already worked a lot. You couldn't see through that when I put them out there.
And they basically just taken all the leaves off of all this stuff.
They'll keep working. See, that's the old road.
Yeah, that's right. This is the old 27 running right through here. And how many more goats do y'all have in this area? Because we're just not right.
There's a couple hundred goats.
Hundred goats. They're just at the other end.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. Was this one of the first places that you kind of built? As far as
processing.
Processing, yeah.
All of our processing is here. In about 2000, when I decided to go in the processing business, I deeded out 10 acres of the farm to form White Oak Pastures, Inc. And I built the red meat plant. That's the one straight ahead of us.
Right.
Then 2 or 3 years later, I built the poultry plant, which is the one to the right of that.
Okay.
in this plant ahead of us, we can kill cows, hogs, sheep, goats, and rabbits. And then this one over here on the right, we can kill anything with feathers, which is chickens, turkeys, geese,
Oh, I
guineas,
forgot
and
about the
ducks.
fact that y'all have. See, when you said poultry, I was thinking just chickens, but I didn't think about.
Well, that's all I got right now.
Oh, it
I'm
is
doing
okay.
work on this
You're
processing
doing work on
plant.
this processing plant. Okay.
So you can ride around it.
Oh, yes, sir. That'd be great.
All right, so this is we process about 30 cows a day, and then smaller numbers of sheep, goats, rabbits.
Now, is that the most y'all have ever processed on cows per day? Because
That's all it'll handle.
it's all it'll handle. Okay. Wow.
That semi with the van with the duck on top
Right.
is a dehydrator. That's where we make dehydrate ears, noses, penises, esophaguses, tracheas.
I've seen those because like I've been I've been emceeing the farmers market there in Blakely once a month. I don't know if you've been yet or not, but y'all's tent's been there.
Yeah.
Your guys have been there.
They like it.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. And that's where a lot of people picking up those dog treats, cow ears and stuff, I guess. Or
There's 6 5,000-gallon tanks buried right there for the wastewater.
wow.
And then it goes through some other steps, and ultimately it's pure enough to be pumped out on the pasture.
Wow.
This is order fulfillment.
This is something I know a little bit more about because whenever, like I said in the Jeep, when I first got out of high school, went to college, my leukemia came back. I don't know if you remember that, but I had leukemia when I was 14.
I remember that.
But when I went to college, I was there for 1 quarter and it came back. And so I had to have a chemotherapy treatment, 1 per week for 104 weeks.
Wow.
So that means you can't go to college because it does not make you feel very good. And so my dad said, come work on the farm. I'll get you a few row crop acres or whatever. I think I had 50 or 100 the next year or whatever. We got some old floors. People used to raise them on these floors. And I could go out there on a slab and I could wash them out every day and feed them and that kind of thing. And I would do about 250 every 3 months or something like that. You sell, but there would be different ages so that it wouldn't just be like starting and going, And so we would trailer them all up there to Mosley Stockyard, a long time ago. But I spent a lot of time with these guys, and we used to show hogs in high school and stuff, middle school and high school. I used to show hogs and stuff like that. But they're doing what they want to do right now. This is the best place for them.
These are gilts, young females.
Right.
We saved, and we'll select the best ones for breeding. The rest of them will be slaughtered.
And is this how y'all, you fence off an area? Do you move this area?
Yeah.
How often?
I just took a picture to tell them to move them.
I got you.
I'm going to send it to our hog people when we get through.
Right.
It's just, I don't want it to the ground.
What for you guys that are out here watching, it's been raining for 10, 14 days, almost every day. Yeah. Some people have said in certain parts of the county, it's the most rain they remember seeing in a short period of time.
This time of year.
This time of year, for sure.
Yeah.
But that's why it looks probably part of the reason. Of course, a hog will make any area look like that.
Well, and a certain amount of impact from the hogs does the land good.
Right.
Too much impact is damaging.
That's right.
And that's reached the point right on that. It's damaging. I'm gonna have them move them today.
Well, as far as like the amount of beef versus the amount of pork, that y'all sell, how does that? Do y'all sell as much pork as you do beef?
Oh no, not
even close.
This not even close. This was we were a cattle company.
That's right.
To start with, these are all add-ons: the pork, lamb, goat, poultry. So we're far below, but it's it enhances our beef sales.
Okay, so I got you.
So
still the number one product is beef.
Still number one.
I got you.
And if you don't live in Blakely, Georgia, and you're ordering, so you're going to order some beef, and you on our website you can get all these other species, so that makes it a little more attractive. So it helps us sell more of everything.
That's right. Yeah, that's good. I noticed there's plenty of cows walking around in this area too. I got me a few little good steps in there. But we noticed again, we're in a completely different area. Yeah. But notice these dung beetles are doing their job.
Oh.
That's him right there. No. Yeah. Wow. But they're good. This is what they're doing right here, though, right?
That's really good for the land.
Yeah.
That feces won't form a brick. It'll go to the soil.
This is the first time on Blakely Feed and Seeds YouTube that we've zoomed in on a pile of poo-poo. You know, and it's,
I zoom in on it every day.
you zoom in on it every day because that means something to you.
I look at it.
For us, we laugh about it. For you, that's an important
Well,
sign.
they show you can tell about the nutrition of the cattle.
That's
by
right.
looking at the feces. If it's piling up like blocks, then they need more energy. And if it's like water, it's too
Again,
much.
just like what we hear from our digestive health people, you know, you know, all of these guys that are working on that, the gastroenterologists and stuff, they're saying the same kinds of things, you know, to look at your poop, you know. And I know if it's floating, if it's sinking, if it's one color versus another color, it can tell you a lot about. So y'all are used to that in the animal kingdom that y'all are dealing with.
Every day.
Wow.
Every day I want to look and see what they're doing. I got employees that make more than I pay my children.
Right.
And I pay my children more than I pay myself. So
You said you're probably one of the lowest paid persons
I'm
here.
one of the lowest paid managers here. And it's fine. I mean, you know,
I'm the same way because it's not about just the money. Because if I can get my bills paid and I can live a happy life with my wife and my kids and my friends, you know, I'm pretty satisfied. Like I don't live in a gigantic house, you know. Your house is bigger than mine, but it's the same house you've been in for a long time. I mean, before you even built this huge, you're still
I raised my children. I built the house in '83.
That's right. Well, a long time ago, and I don't see you out here building big mansions and houses and all those things, you know.
Well, I built my house in '83 and lived there ever since.
Yeah.
One of my daughters lives in the house my granddaddy built in the early 1900s. The other one lives in the house that my great-granddaddy built in 1878.
Yeah.
So we own 20-something houses for employees to live in. But we don't make money on those houses. You know, it goes to
y'all generate a lot of money as far as you move a lot of money. I'm the same way. Like I like to put things on my credit card so I can get those points, you know, whatever, because I buy a lot of products and then it goes back out and there's a little left over and that goes to employees and insurance and vehicles and all those expenses you don't know, you know, but again, like I say, if I were doing it for the money, I would probably change what I was doing.
You know, I got friends that are CPAs and MBAs and CEOs and all them letters.
Right.
And I talk to them candidly about our business, and I tell them what we got invested and what it makes and what we owe, and I just don't have any secrets like that.
Yeah.
And to a man, they'll say, "That's a terrible business."
I know. It's not.
The return is so low.
But the intrinsic return.
But they don't understand. You know, they are all accustomed to modern business principles, the monthly report, the quarterly report, the annual report. And what we do is generational. It's you know, it's not.
That's right.
For me, it's not how successful I was for the month or the quarter of the year. It's the next generation. I'm the fourth generation to own and operate this farm. My daughters and their spouses are the fifth, and they got a bunch of children running around that may be the sixth, may not. You know? No family business operates in perpetuity. You know, that all comes to an end. But every generation, I think, is responsible for seeing to it that they offer it to the next generation.
That's right. You would be just like me if this thing were to all fall apart and you lost all your money, that would not hurt your feelings as much as you losing your family tradition. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Because that's more important, is carrying on that tradition and family and friend and community, you know, and all of those things. Same way with me, you know.
We've had, you know, because we were early innovators in changing the way we operate this farm, we've had a number of opportunities to sell.
Wow.
And we have the discussion as a family, and I always say, and do what?
That's right. No, it's good.
Even if it brought a lot of cash, money, but you sold the business, what you gonna do?
That's right.
You
Lay around and get lazy
yeah, you know,
and die early.
You know, I will leave my children
Yeah,
a nice business.
sure.
But I'm gonna leave them some debt.
That's right.
And debt is good. Debt causes you to get up in the morning
Yeah.
and brush your teeth and go to work.
If you could have your last meal prepared from this farm, your favorite meal, lay it out for me.
You know, beef. It would be beef.
It'd be beef.
And you
What
know,
kind, prepared how though? How's
you
it?
know what? It depends on what cut it is, and I love it all.
Yeah.
You know, I love ground beef. I love roasts. I love steaks.
Yeah.
I like organ meats.
Mm-hmm.
But what you got to cook, it tells you how to cook it.
That's right.
Roasts need to be braised.
That's right.
Steaks need to be grilled.
Yeah.
Ground beef, and you can do anything with ground beef.
What does that plate look like for your last
It
meal?
look like a carnivore diet.
It would. There wouldn't be as much vegetables on there.
You saw my plate this morning, right?
I did.
Plate full of bacon.
Plate full of bacon. That's
Plate full
right.
of beef.
Wow.
And then
I love roast if it's been in a crock pot all day.
And, you know,
and I feel like a carnivore when I'm eating that because
and
Jennifer makes some of the best.
Yeah, steak is, I mean, it's great. I love steak. But I think it's so highly rated. You know, I would, if I were buying beef, I don't buy beef, but if I would never buy a steak when a roast or ground beef is so much cheaper and to me just as good.
Yeah, yeah. I think you hit the nail on the head on especially coming from a guy like you. That last meal would probably be like a carnivore diet. You know.
You know, my next meal is probably like a carnivore diet. My last meal look like a carnivore diet.
So not just your last meal, all your meals look like that.
As long as I can.
Well, you're pretty healthy. I mean, you spend a lot of time at the doctor.
No, I don't.
And you're 70 years old.
Yeah, and I feel good. I tell you, I feel good. Every day.
Yeah.
I always feel good.
Yeah.
I drink a bottle of wine most nights, and I wake up feeling fine.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to go.
That's awesome.
And I feel,
where do you get your wine from? What do you like?
Thank goodness I like cheap wine. As much as I drink, I couldn't afford me. I tell them, if they make any wine any better than Yellowtail Shiraz, I hope I never get any of it.
Because it'll ruin you.
I couldn't afford it. The Yellowtail Shiraz is about $8 a bottle.
Yeah.
That's
good stuff.
That's fine.
Yeah.
In fact, I get every Christmas.
Yeah.
People get vendors when I give you nice bottles of wine.
Right.
I give it to somebody else. I say, hey, you take it. It's wasted on me.
That's right. Wow. Well, what a good interview. Let's the last thing I want to see is that leather shop.
In the church.
In the church, yes. I forgot about that. In fact, that'd be a good place to wind this down.
Maybe my office.
Yes, sir. That'd be awesome.